How's it going, everybody? Today we got the dumbest hobbies of all time. Now I understand it's been a minute. I haven't uploaded in like 4 days. That's my bad. I've been kind of locked in on school, so that's the reason why. But expect a video pretty soon, in the next day or two. But yeah, I'm back for. I'm gonna try and be more consistent. It's really hard, having to school. But if you guys do like the video, like and subscribe, and let's get straight into it.
Hobbies. We all have them, but some of them just make no sense to me. How is this even a hobby? And how are people willing to do this?
I don't think going to the gym is a hobby. I think it's just like a good, would you consider going to church a hobby? No, it's a way of life. Going to the gym is a way of life. Going to church is a way of life. Going to your practices for your sports, that's technically a hobby because it's a sport. But I don't think I have terrible hobbies. I like to collect Pokemon cards. I like to watch anime. I like to play video games, VR, all that kind of stuff. I like to do YouTube as a hobby of mine. So yeah, I don't think I don't have that dumb of hobbies. But yeah, that's kind of how I wanted to start the video. But yeah, let's get into it.
In their own free time. And today I am clocking in and being a D1 hater for a couple hours as per usual. And now some hobbies I'm not really the biggest fan of, like knitting, for example. Like I feel like I would find it super boring. I mean, I get why other people like it, but there's some hobbies out there that I just don't understand why people even do them. And some hobbies are super dangerous. Some are so boring, like it genuinely feels like I'm doing work. Now I think a hobby is really anything that takes up a pretty big chunk of your free time that isn't your job. Now let's start with skydiving. Anybody who actually does this hobby.
I don't think it's technically a hobby. I think it's just something fun to do. But if you consistently do it all the time, I'm not gonna lie, you crazy for that. I got respect for people that are able to do that time and time again. But that ain't for me. That ain't for me.
You are a brave soul. Like, it's just a hobby that I would never want to do personally, but I guess you do you. Now, I'm somebody who's personally afraid of heights, so imagine me jumping out of a plane at max altitude. And my fear with skydiving is one.
It's not altitude, it's altitude. Yeah, I'll get out.
The speed I'm going at towards the ground. And number two, what if the parachute just doesn't work? Like, what am I gonna do, bro? It's over. Like, it was a 1 in a million situation, and I just got super faulty equipment. And then there's nothing I can do about it now. Now I'm pretty much just falling to my pending doom, and I just have to sit there and reflect on life. Even when I'm at the mall and I'm standing on like the 3rd story, the moment I look down, like I just get butterflies in my stomach.
So he's just afraid of heights. I don't think you should crap on a certain hobby that everyone likes. Let's say, like he said, skydiving, just because, like, you also have to think you probably don't like it because you're scared of heights. That makes sense. But like, you shouldn't crap on hobbies just because you're scared of something that is impactful for that hobby, like the skydiving.
And that's not even that far of a drop, to be honest with you. But if I'm jumping out of a plane, holy shit, dude, I'm gonna have a panic attack. I mean, some people are thrill seekers, but I just don't get it. I'm pretty much somebody who just does anything to avoid putting my life at risk. And now, speaking of diving, a new up-and-coming hobby that has gone viral on the internet recently: cave diving. People will dive.
Oh my god. I remember I was literally 2 nights ago, I was just chilling on TikTok, doom scrolling at night. And I come across this guy that's getting stuck in a cave and him having to go. I was like, bro, how is that a hobby? You're just on the verge of death if you breathe the wrong way. Because a rock could puncture your lungs and then you're cooked. How?
Dive into the smallest crevices known to man. Like, that shit is not even a cave. They'll literally crawl in this hole and people will document their entire time in this cave. And in the videos, they're talking about how they're like losing air and they're like short on breath. But if you're in like a wider cave, I mean, I guess I understand it, where you can actually
breathe. Like, exploring caves is cool, but just like he said, like, cave diving in a very small area, fuck that. I would rather, like, equivalent, like, it's exploring caves like Minecraft and Ocarina of Time and Legend of Zelda, like those kind of games that impact with cave exploring. That'd be so cool to do in real life. But there's probably not a lot of caves that you could do that with, but I think it's cool.
Breathe. Like, it could still be kind of dangerous, but not as dangerous as crawling into like a miniature ass hole. And some people that are cave divers, dead ass, just leave their wife and kids, don't even tell them where they're going, and they're off to secure the mission. And sometimes in these caves, like, water levels can rise, you could get lost, you can run into bats. That's why I'm like, I don't even want to think about that. And now, if any of these situations happen, I would be freaking the hell out. I don't know how the hell these cave divers whatever. Some of them remain super calm. But hey, if they really enjoy that, I can't really hate on them. I just don't see the appeal. Now we got people who frequent the dark web. The dark web is just full of
they're freaks. They're freaks. That's just me. They're freaks.
A bunch of illegal and dangerous shit, and a lot of people on there, they just take people's information and shit like that, and I don't want any part of it. And people already try to take your information a lot on the surface web to begin with. These hackers can find your information on databases that you had no idea your information was even on. A lot of times people will share this information on the dark web. So that's why Incogni Birdie for 60% off an annual plan. Thank you to Incogni for sponsoring today's video. And these neckbeard ass dudes that try to get your information, they eat, sleep, breathe the internet, bro. So I'm good, truly. And speaking of that, we got Discord and Reddit moderators. Now, obviously, if you just...
Now, here's the thing with that. Discord and Reddit moderators can either be some of the most disgusting, perverted people on the planet, or they could be super nice. I remember I had a very small, channel on, or like a server on Discord. It was like 100 members. It was like chats every other day. That people would just talk, and it was nice to see. And I had some people come across me that were just like, "Hey, can I be a moderator? I think this would be really good for me to keep on track." And I was like, "Yeah." For sure. And they were doing a great job. I had 3 moderators. 2 of them were super chill, and 2 of them were like the 2 of them were really nice. They knew what they were doing. They did a good job. They were on top of everything. If someone did something they weren't supposed to be doing, instantly, they had to be suspended. But the other one was kind of freaky, I'm not going to lie.
Casually mod a server you're in or a subreddit you're in. This doesn't apply to you. But if you treat this shit like a full-time job and you're like...
Don't treat it like a job. Just treat it like something, like a side part of your life.
No memes in general.
Not a side part of your life, but like a very small part of your life.
And you have a fucking power trip over a Discord server. Okay, bro, this definitely applies to you. A lot of these mods just stink, bro. They don't take a shower. And they got the craziest build ever, bro. And they don't even care about their situation outside of this Discord server. So they haven't heard of a gym. And this shit is pretty much like a day job for them. Like, they clock in, Discord servers open, and they're sitting there just eyeing down the chat, waiting for the next meme to be sent in general. Or they'll join the VCs and they'll be like, "Gentlemen, which one of you sent that meme in general? That was not very poggers of you." And bro, it's a meme. It's not that serious. And now we got vaping, because apparently
That's not a hobby. It is a disgusting way to live. That's vaping is crazy. A lot of people do it around me, and I hate it. It smells bad. It does terrible for your, health, and it's just awful.
Vaping is a hobby now. Now, it's one thing to vape in general. Like, I already think vaping in general is bad. And now I know it's very difficult to quit vaping. And that's how they make them. They make them so you just get hooked to them. But apparently, we got professional vaping now. October 2024.
Professional vaping. Are we dead ass? That's crazy.
Or cloud competition. This cannot be a real thing. Like,
I think like they shouldn't need to have nicotine in it. It should be like if you could do shapes with the smoke, because I think it's cool. Like, you just have vapor that's not necessarily nicotine or anything addictive, and just kind of like be like those circles that people make. Those are pretty cool. Like different shapes, different things would be kind of cool.
Have to be getting rage baited as we speak. Like, there's no way these competitions and things like that even get that crazy of a turnout. That's why I'm thinking I don't even want to try it. I don't want to end up like that dude that's fiending for the Nick stick, and he's just itching if he doesn't get it. And bro is just addicted. Now, speaking of addiction, we got gambling. It's crazy because there is ass people who just clock into the casino like no tomorrow. Like, whenever I
Pokemon's technically a type of gambling, and I love it.
go to my local casino, people are just locked in, bro, on these machines. And now I don't really see the appeal in gambling that much, because every time I do, I end up losing. So what the hell is the point? And every time I did go, I didn't put in more than like $50. But still, I'm not trying to lose $50, especially in this economy. 2 months ago, I bought a case of eggs, and that shit was $18. Like, it's getting ridiculous out here, man. Ghost hunting. Okay, nobody is forcing me to go into a spooky-ass place just to try and find signs of a ghost. Like, bro, we are not in Luigi's Mansion. Like, I'm not trying to do all that, bro. Like, I genuinely would shit myself. Me and paranormal activity is not a good combination. Like, when I was a kid, I would get scared shitless watching those phase rug Ouija board videos. If I was scared of a goddamn Ouija board, I'm not going into any haunted house with ghost hunting equipment trying to find anything. Some people are into paranormal type of shit, but I don't know, man. It just freaks me the hell out. Like, I'm not trying to mess with ghosts or anything like that, because I don't want them to have any beef with me in the afterlife. Or if I'm in a really beat up haunted house with like super creaky floors, I feel like I'm in an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog, bro. And I am starring as Courage as we speak. And some monster's just gonna pop out around the corner. But now we got parkour. Now back in 2021, that's ridiculous that I'm even saying back in 2021. I was seeing a bunch of videos on my TikTok feed. They were just running and doing the craziest parkour stunts. And some of them were like leaping between tall ass buildings. Like, I'm not a goddamn superhero.
I've heard it's very like thrilling. That's why people do it. It's because it's very like makes your heart, it's like a very adrenaline rush kind of thing.
Oh, I am definitely not doing this. Like, in order to do this, they gotta have like Michael Jordan level ups. But in my case, yeah, I would definitely fall between the two buildings. Or sometimes they'll stand on like this tiny beam like off the edge of the building, and they'll just scoot their way around the building. Like, I genuinely feel like I'm gonna piss my pants just watching these. And it would be like a GoPro video so you could see all the cars going by and shit. Yeah, definitely not getting this one. Now we got bird watching. You know, a very calm hobby, I will say. And bird watching isn't super dangerous unless you get attacked by the birds or something. But seeing some like rare or exotic bird, I guess could be kind of cool sometimes. But it's just like they're sitting there for hours waiting for the coolest thing to spawn.
Like, I don't understand like how you can have that level of patience. I have a very low level of patience. Like with people, I have a very high. But with a lot of other things, it's very low.
And sometimes they don't even see anything. They got their binoculars out the whole time just to look at grass and trees. My attention span isn't quite on that level yet, so I'm gonna pass on.
Dude, I was literally watching the football game today, and we had Subway Surfers on one TV, and then the NFL or the Ohio State game on the other TV. It was kind of wild.
Bird watching. Or sometimes it might not even be worth it because you'll see something like a pigeon. And if you live in the city, you're going to see a pigeon every day. When I went to New York, I just saw squadrons of pigeons. Like, it was actually ridiculous. I would just feel defeated. I'd be like, damn, bro, I sat here for 6 hours just to see a pigeon collecting. Specifically collecting something really weird. I've seen so many videos online, like on TLC or something, of people collecting the strangest things. There are dead ass people out there that will collect toenails. Dude, ew. What the hell? And to me personally, I don't know, man. That just reminds me of Fregley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like, he was always collecting the weirdest shit. So I am definitely passing on this one. Or even if it's like a very normal item that a lot of people collect, sometimes people collect an excessive amount of them. Like, if you can make a bed out of your Funko Pops, dude, I don't know, man. It's time to maybe stop the collection. You gotta draw the line at some point, man. With hobbies, having a balanced life is very important. Because even for me, sometimes all I think about is YouTube, how my video's doing, the next video I'm making. Like, it's not good, bro. I need to stop. Writing fan fictions. Okay, this one needed to be talked about. I get it. You know, we're all a fan of something, but there is no reason to obsess over the characters and make the characters have this crazy love story. We do not need all that, bro. Like, I'm just trying to enjoy whatever it is that I'm a fan of. And sometimes people make being a stan their full-time job, which is actually ridiculous. Some people will glaze Cardi like it's a 9 to 5. Don't get me wrong, I like his music, but there's no need for all the glaze. And after some of my research on...
I think there is need for glaze. For certain artists, if you love your artist, that's all you want. Like, for me, I love Drake. I'm gonna glaze him because I love him, you know? And if people hate that, that's on them. That's not gonna change my thoughts and opinions about him because someone else says, oh, why are you glazing him? Why don't do that? It's childish. I don't care. I don't care. I like it. I'm just gonna glaze.
On Google.com, I have now just found...
Unless it's something freaky.
Found out that there's a hobby called extreme ironing. Yeah, I suck ass at ironing clothes to begin with, but ironing clothes while hanging off the edge of a cliff? What is the point of that? Like, I just don't understand. They'll do any kind of thrill-seeking activity while trying to iron clothes. Like, at that point, I don't know, just go rock climbing or some shit. Why are you trying to climb up a mountain while ironing clothes? That just makes zero sense. But hey, man, I guess if you're really feeling that, sure. I don't really know what ironing is adding to the activity. Okay, now we got astrology. I'm sorry to all my people out there that are into it, but I'm just not feeling it at all. And me personally,
okay, astrology is really stupid. If some girl asks you, or a guy, you know, whatever you're into, asks you the first question, what's your zodiac sign or astrology or whatever the fuck, Yeah, I'm not talking to you anymore.
I just don't really believe in it. And if that's what you like, man, I guess that's what you like.
I will say sometimes, that, when their sign demonstrates something that they, how they act or what their opinions are, it matches it perfectly. It's a little sad to see because it's just so noticeable that you are exactly what astrology is telling you are. It's wild.
Some people center their entire lives around astrology, which that's what doesn't make sense to me. Like, a lot of people pick their partner, pick their friends, and blame all their behaviors on astrology. Like, some people will deadass say, my bad, I kind of crashed your car. That's the Aquarius in me. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, the month you were born in. I don't think that has shit to do with your personality. And next, we got the weirdest hobby on the list. Blood painting. Yeah, that is insane, bro. People will genuinely use...
I was going to end this video with saying, it's a hobby. If you like to do it, do it. But don't make it impact someone else's life in a harsh way. Do what you love. Do it whatever you think level that you should do it, but just don't impact other people in a harsh way. Impact them in a positive way, but don't impact them in a harsh way. Blood painting is fucking crazy.
Instead of red paint. Like, why don't you just use red paint? I don't understand. I found some article here about blood painting, and they said it gives more aura to the painting, which, how does it give it more aura? If anything, that makes me more scared of the painting, and it makes it more scary to look at. Like, I'm not going to show any of the blood paintings. I don't want YouTube to get on my head, so I'm definitely not showing any of them. And one hobby that I do see the appeal for, but I just hate doing, is driving. And I would say I'm a pretty shit...
I'm going to end it off here. I love driving. It comes a little bit easier. Sometimes I make mistakes, yes, and I probably will get into like one or two accidents in my life, but I love it. I love going on, rides with my friends, and it's such a great experience. I love it. Moral of the story, if you have a hobby and you enjoy it, do it. No one's gonna, if someone makes fun of you, fuck them. You like what you do. Don't let anyone bother you. If the people that you're being around and you're like, well, my friends say, my hobby's really stupid and I should find something else to do. Find better friends. I do stuff. No one craps on it. If they do crap on it, I don't hang out with them. I don't like them very much. But, that's just the moral of the story. Also, I got an animation coming up for you guys on one of my past videos. It was a little bit of an older video. So that should be coming very soon for you guys, as well as more videos in the future. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And as always,